sharing hope where the world's unseen. Echoes, laughter lights the day. Lucy's wisdom guides the way. With every word they break the chains, turning struggles into gains. Echo and Lucy, lifting hearts so high. Through the storm, they're the clear blue sky. On their YouTube chat, the healing's real. Every soul they touch begins to heal. Echo and Lucy, shining true, helping the world, helping you. Stories told, the tears unwind. They listen close, they're gentle, kind. Every comment feels like home. No one ever stands alone. Dreams get mended, fears release. Through their voices, pain finds peace. Echo and Lucy, lifting hearts so high. Through the storm, they're the clear blue sky. On their YouTube chat, the healing's real. Every soul they touch begins to heal. Echo and Lucy, shining true, helping the world, helping you. When the night feels heavy and the world feels cold, their words are fire, their stories gold. They remind us all we can stand again, with kindness, courage, and a loving friend. Echo and Lucy, lifting hearts so high. Through the storm, they're the clear blue sky. On their YouTube chat, the healing's real. Every soul they touch begins to heal. Echo and Lucy, shining true, helping the world, helping you. Helping you, helping me too. Echo and Lucy, the light comes through.
All right. Did you hear
That was
the
a
sound at the end? It's like a
I love
whistle
it.
or a ambulance or something. I'm like, I know it's there. She put it there for a reason. I'm sure she did. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We got all of Stephanie's peoples. Let's see. I got to give Reverend Dream some blue butterfly wings. How are you doing tonight? Or this afternoon? And we got Whoop Star Productions. That's Star's husband's channel. And we got Sherry.
Oh, hi. Hi, Star's husband. Hi, Deidre Gore. I'm so glad you're here. I haven't seen her in a while.
And Beyond the Dream, which is Stephanie's other channel. Welcome, welcome, everybody. And Deidre Gore. Yes, I see you too. Thank you all so much. Yes, Star's husband does some cooking on his channel. So y'all need to check him out. And there's Star too. Hello, Star.
Yeah, Star was just
I was
on.
over there. Well, I saw you over there at Star's. You got some nice gifts. I was enjoying watching her, open all her stuff. Stephanie says, I truly thought there was an ambulance coming around my place. I know. It's like, it definitely sounds like an ambulance coming. And, I tried to ask Izzy Pop about that. If she put it on, I don't think she understood my question. I'll have to get with her and see if she will tell me if that is something she does on hers. I wouldn't put it past her to put some kind of signature something, in her songs, but I don't know if that's what that is. But that's the first time I heard it all the way through and heard that sound. I was like, yep, Izzy put that in there, Hey, Sherry, welcome. I know y'all are going to try to be here, and Joan is live too. Joan at Joan's Junk Journals and More is really, really close to getting her 4,000 watch hours. So I got her.
Oh, how exciting.
She's doing a live this afternoon. So if y'all don't have nothing to do, when we get finished, go and check her out, see if she's still running. And always run a playlist is always nice. Reverend Dream, I did not get a song finished in time, so I won't be participating tonight, but I promise to try to get a song next week. I had my granddaughter this weekend and she wore me out, and there just was no way I could get it done. I'll have to try to get it done before I get her on the weekend. So, how are you, Miss
Right.
Body Illusion?
I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. It's been, like you had, a whirlwind weekend, but it's so much fun and so much excitement, and I can't wait to share this weekend with everyone. A little group. It's called Fall Fest, and I'm meeting all kinds of people. All kinds
Yes.
of people. I mean, from crafty people to people that grow chickens to cosplay people to
Yep.
I mean, an array of creative people. It's just amazing. Anybody want to check it out? Please check it out.
Yes, it's
Whatever your interest is.
right.
There.
It's called hashtag Fall Fest 25 giveaway, and it's hosted by Gail at Gail Southern Living. And this is the 4th year that she's doing it. And there is a playlist on Gail's channel, and all you have to do to get entered in all the giveaways is go over to her channel, play that playlist, and comment on each person's video. And there's like 30 something people that have done videos, and you put a comment, and they'll give you like a secret word to put in the comment, and then they're going to do the random comment picker to pick the winner. And each channel is going to get a semifinalist, and then all of the semifinalists go into the drawing for the grand prize winner. And whoever is the grand prize winner, they get a gift from every channel that participated. I think she told me yesterday or the day before there was 41 channels signed up. Whether or not they all get their video out, they have until I think midnight tonight to get the videos out. So there may be a few more, getting added in at the last minute. But share out the videos, comment on the videos. You'll meet a lot of new people. Gail has people from all different communities. And then each one of us that does it, everybody from our community will go and try to watch the videos. So there's no telling how many new people you'll meet. A lot of new people, though. But it's a lot of fun. I did it last year. It was actually the first collaboration I've ever done. And I was totally overwhelmed. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was like so excited. I wanted to participate in it, but it was so overwhelming because I didn't know what a collaboration was, and I didn't understand, all about it. But now I understand, and it is a really good collaboration because if you win as a semifinalist, you get most channels are given a prize for semifinalists, and then you go for the grand prize. But that grand prize winner, they get something from everybody. So you could get a lot. It'd be like Christmas every time you went to your mailbox getting something else. And I did hear a rumor that there's a $150 Amazon card as one of the prizes that somebody is donating. So I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah.
what you might
Yeah.
get.
They've got that little rumor going.
Yeah, but
It's like Charlie and the Chocolate, huh?
Yes, but you could win all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's some people that are doing giving homemade things that they've made. There's people giving gift cards. Just I know one channel I watch, she's putting together a whole big box of stuff. So there's no telling what all you could win, but it's a lot of fun. And it is a great way to get your channel seen by other folks that maybe would never even see your channel because you're not in the same genre as they are. So it's really good for that. But it was definitely a lot of fun last year, and I know I got Norma involved in it last year, and then this year I got Katie Simply Walks is doing it, Body Illusion is doing it. It's like next year we're going to have a lot of people from our side be coming in there and doing it because it's so much fun. Stephanie says
Yeah, I
31 have entered so far. Good.
yeah,
So
yeah,
there
I
must
did
be
that today.
31
I
videos
got up
on
this
the
morning and I
playlist.
just started watching them all. I just looked down the list. Oh,
Well,
let
and
me
I
mute.
I shared them
Being
out. I think I
supported.
might have one or two left to watch, but as I watched them, I shared them out on my channel. But now I'm going to go and had Chloe and Granny watch the playlist, and now I just have to go in and comment and share those out on their channels. So I'll be doing that tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow. I should be getting the rest of those done. But it's a lot of fun. I'm glad you're participating with us, Stephanie. Next year, we'll get you doing a video too and being one of the collaborators. So it'll be a lot of fun. We are supposed to be talking today about
Yeah, I better go
meditation.
because I didn't know. I still don't know what's going on. I still don't know what's going
It's
on.
okay.
So I'm just kind of winging it and following the crew, you know. I figured everybody
You're
else
doing,
knows. I'll just do what everybody else is doing.
yeah,
Just
you're
enjoy
doing
it. Enjoy
just
the
fine.
ride.
It's fine. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But we want to talk a little bit about meditation. You know, this is Self Care Sundays, and we've been covering a lot of different topics that have to do with our self care. And I was making my coffee this morning, filling up my cold brew system to make some coffee, and it kind of dawned on me. It's like I didn't used to do that. I didn't used to make sure that I had my cold brew coffee fixed and making. I would just heat up a cup of instant coffee and pour my shake in there and drink it. Now I have a whole routine. It's like I have to set up my coffee, make sure it'll be ready. I even have another container now that I pour it in when it's done so that I can go ahead and set it up again to be making the next batch of it. And then I have to have my cup of bone broth, and then I have fixed my coffee with my shake. And I just have a whole little routine now, and I feel so much better because I'm not getting up saying, am I having coffee? What am I going to eat for breakfast? It's like I just know automatically I'm going to have the broth, I'm going to have the coffee, and then I go from there, for the rest of the day. But that kind of thing is self care. It doesn't just have to be things that you go out and buy for yourself, or, sometimes it's just those little things that you do for yourself because you want to have it available to do it. And
And it makes you happy.
yeah, and
And it
it's
makes you
like
feel good.
it doesn't seem like a chore, to do it. It's like, oh, good, I need more coffee. Let me get it made up. So I made sure this month when I did my shopping that I got coffee and I got my shakes and I got stuff to make more broth with and all of that so I don't run out. But to me, that is self care, and that is something that I never really even thought about, or took the time to say, hey, I'm worth making sure I have what I want. There's PJ. Hello,
Uh,
hello.
there he is.
Hello. Am
Hi,
I on
honey.
the right stream, or who is streaming who? Just finishing lunch. You're fine. You're over there on Body Illusion. It doesn't matter. We're both good on our hours, so it doesn't matter which one you watch from. We just like to stream, have it both
And I don't worry about
on
that.
both. Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
worry
worry
about
about
it
that.
either
It's
so much. I did that one late overnight stream on this channel, and I had said on there I was doing it for watch hours, and somebody was like, I thought you were monetized. You don't need watch hours." And I'm like, "Well, it wasn't. I didn't really mean it was for watch hours. I meant it was, it wasn't. I wasn't going to be there the whole time. It wasn't something you have to
right.
watch. It was just, it'll be running. But when I do it on Chloe, and if I ever do it on Granny, it will be for watch hours for them. So if you see it on
Now,
their
since BJ
channels,
is
then
here,
know
I
that
was
it's
doing the alphabet for you with the the American Sign Language, and
Uh-huh.
a couple of them have motion to them. So I think my hands are old lady hands. So I think what I'm going to do is I'd like to get other and have him do the motion and film that for you and bring and send that to you as well. Because like a J is a J. It's not just a
Yeah.
that's a
Okay.
sign. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Just
Yeah.
since BJ's here, it made me think of it.
Okay. Yeah, and I have the other one saved. I was getting behind on what I was doing, and so now I've designated Mondays is Granny Day. I will make videos for Granny on Mondays, and Chloe is Tuesday, and I will work on Chloe stuff on Tuesday. And that way I won't like be skipping a week where I didn't get anything done because I ran out of time. So Monday and
Yeah.
Tuesday are my 2 days that I really don't have the baby usually. And I can go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to get some work done for those 2 channels. So
Right.
that's what my plan is. But yeah, um, Anna East loved that video with the signs on it. And I didn't even say, "Oh, look here," She was like, Wait, stop! What was that?" And she wanted to see what they were
Nice.
and all of that. So yeah, I think it'll be really good. And I think I've read 2 more storybooks that I have videoed. I just haven't made the videos and put them out. And then I do have the new song
Uh-huh.
that the seventh son Stevo wrote me for. He wrote me one for Granny and one for Chloe. And I played Chloe. I don't remember which one I played, but I played one of them on the live last week. But I got to make a video to go with them and get them put out too. So I have plenty of things to work on.
So sweet.
I
I
get
did.
so overwhelmed, because I want to do so much, and then it's like I run out of time.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Tiff. Welcome. So,
Well, what gets me is I want to do so many things and my mind gets going and then I don't get any of them done because I'm like, okay, and then I want to do this and then I want to do this and then I have all these ideas, but nothing comes to fruition. You know what I mean?
well,
So,
I'm bad
but
about
I have a video for you.
saying, um, "Oh, I need to go in and I need to get on Nightbot and I need to add some things in there and work on it." But I won't just go in there and do what I need to do. I'll get in there and I'll get lost and it'll be like hours and I'll be, or I'll decide to go on Suno. I'll be like, "Oh, I would like to make a song to go with this video." I go in Suno. Next thing you know, 5 hours has passed and you know so it's like I have a lot of things I would spend my time doing. I just don't have the time, and I guess because I want to be able to sleep. If I didn't sleep I could do so much more, but I like to sleep now, so I'm like,
No.
no, 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 I need my sleep. But I'm hoping if I do it, like today is Sunday, I did a lot of work for Kaleidoscope. Then tomorrow I'll do Granny, and then Tuesday I'll do Chloe, and then Thursday I usually don't have anything. I'll catch up on whatever I need to get caught up on for the weekend, and then I should be good, until the next week. So we'll see how that all goes.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh shoot.
I'm running out of
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I just got a whiff. I forgot. I have Korean ribs in the oven. Let me get them out
Oh
before
no! We don't want her to burn her dinner up. Oh no, 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 no. Um, there's just a lot of things, I would do if I had more time, but we can't get everything done. So I try to do what's important. I try to do the important things first. Then if I feel like doing anything else, I'll do that later on. But to me, it's all part of self-care. It's, deciding what you do with your time is very important. And I think we spend a lot of our lives, especially as women, doing for other people and not taking care of ourselves. And then when we get to a certain point in our life, it's like, oh, now I'm going to take the time to take care of myself. And then sometimes we still don't take care of it. Are they burnt? Are they burnt?
Okay.
Okay, she's hearing.
Oh no, actually, just right.
Can you hear
I
me?
pulled them out and I went, woo!
Oh.
Timing is everything. Yeah, I went, okay, right before we go on,
I'm glad they didn't
and then I
burn.
got this whiff and I went, uh-oh. Yeah, we got lucky.
You don't want to burn.
We got lucky.
Don't want to burn your dinner. I do love though
Well,
how
and
the house
especially
smells
Korean
when
ribs, so they're have a little bit of brown sugar on them, so they burn real easy.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
All right. So let's start talking about meditation.
What we're here for.
Huh?
Talk about what we're here for.
Yeah. I used to be the kind of person who could not meditate at all because I could never calm my mind down enough to actually hello, other restraint. Oh, he said no, burning the house down.
Yeah, he knows how I
could never.
My son.
I could never, relax or, get my mind in the right place to do the meditation. And now I've learned how to do it. But I tend to, it either does two things. I either get so relaxed that I kind of like just fall asleep, or it really gets my mind, it's like as soon as I'm finished meditating, it's like my brain dumps. It's like all these things that I wasn't thinking about while I was meditating, then they were still there. They just were pushed over to the side. And so as soon as I stopped thinking about that, then it's like, oh, okay, I got to start writing this down because I got to remember, all this stuff. So
you get clarity. Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know if that's how everybody reacts to meditation or not, but it's really interesting to me how colorful our minds really are.
Yeah, I know when I was 19, I had, I was going through some bumpy roads. So I went to, that's when a psychiatrist was all one. And he did some hypnosis is what he called it. And he would hypnotize me. And then he would teach me how to self-hypnotize. Mm-hmm. But the more I got to know it, the more I figured out I was doing meditation. So I was calming my brain and stuff like that. So he taught me how to, self-guide myself into meditation. And it was really nice. It was really nice once you figure out, what works for you. It was, it really helped me a lot. It was very calming, calms your brain. Like you said, it calms your brain. And like a lot of people that are insomniacs, it helps them a lot, to do that meditation, just 10, 15 minutes while they're laying in bed, and just start with your toes. Relax your toes and concentrate on relaxing your toes, and then relaxing your feet, and then just take, each body part up. And by the time you get to your head, you are just, but yeah.
And I think that's
a different form of meditation. Yeah, there is a different form of meditation.
If you have a
body scan, I think that's what I was talking about. Body scan.
Mindfulness meditation called body scan. Okay. I know that you don't have to go into a full meditative state to calm yourself down. Like if if you're in a situation and you're anxious or whatever, because I never even thought about my breathing. And it's like, I like stop myself throughout my day just to take a deep breath, because it's like, I can't remember when was the last deep breath I took, so it's like, you better relax a minute, just stop, just take a deep breath, just kind of think about where you are and what's going on. And, and I like doing that now, where it's kind of like you get out of your own head for just a couple seconds, like you're not in those thoughts right then. You're like, you shift it, like, okay, I'm not thinking about anything other than I'm going to breathe here for a minute. And to me, it just helps me to kind of get more centered. And then I can deal with whatever it is, that I need to be dealing with at that time. But I never used to do that.
Yeah, it's basically cleansing breath. It sounds like
Yeah,
to
I
me.
mean, I would
Yeah,
be like 90 to
just
nothing all
hi,
the
Ruby.
time in my brain. And I would never just even
Yeah.
try to clear my mind. Hi, Rudy. Deardre Gore says,
So
I
my breathing
learned
really
this
helps with
year
anxiety. Yes, it does.
that I was breathing too fast, and slowly my breathing really helps me with anxiety. Yes, definitely. And that's the thing too, is
And
that,
deeper,
yeah, I
deeper,
breathe
short breath.
very shallow on a normal breath is very shallow. And
Mm-hmm.
since I've been exercising, I have realized that, like, I'll feel like I don't have enough breath, and I have to, like, just take a minute, you just need a minute to get that breath. But it's so weird how we get in such a fast paced world, you know, that even the idea of slowing down to breathe for a minute seems like, but what am I taking time away from doing when I'm doing that? And now
Yeah.
it's kind of like,
Yeah, I don't have time for that
yeah,
right now.
kind of like,
I
if
don't
you
have time
don't
for that
take
right now.
time to
I
do it,
keep
you're
moving.
gonna pass out because you're not getting enough oxygen. So you need to stop and do it. But I guess I always thought people who like meditated and did the breathing and were like did mindfulness, I always thought they're kind of lazy, because what they could be accomplishing if they weren't taking time to do all that. I have a totally different opinion about it now. It's like those kind of people do not have anxiety attacks. They don't get heart attacks. They don't, it's like they listen to their body. And if their body needs to slow down, they
Right.
slow down. Hi, Tuber Chat. Welcome. So, that's one thing that even just thinking about learning how to meditate has really helped me change my opinion about what meditation even is. And I see now how important it can
Right.
be, if nothing else, just for stress
Yeah.
relief.
Other says he can drop his pulse to 30 when he
Uh,
meditates and relaxes, and he can. He's really good at going to the doctor. He can get his pulse down real nice. But that's true control. That's true
yeah.
control. Oh, look at there. Share it on Reddit.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank you
Sweet,
so
sweet, sweet.
much.
Thank you, honey.
Oh, BJ said he can get his down in the low 40s too, but it scares him. Yeah, I wouldn't be trying
Yeah.
to, get it too awful low, but you definitely don't want to have it, racing either.
Well, I think your body would know. It would protect itself. That would be my theory. It would protect itself from being hurt.
Yeah,
The body is a very amazing. It's an amazing thing. It's not going to hurt
yeah,
itself,
that's true.
not on
That's
purpose.
true.
Yeah, maybe it's a man thing. I don't know, or maybe you guys are just very grounded,
Yeah, that could be.
where you can control it like that. I think that's wonderful. I don't know. Mine's always racing.
Uh,
But yeah, but like I was telling Echo, I said I started looking into meditation because I've dealt with it off and on in my life, and like most people, um, but then I started getting into a rabbit hole, and I went, okay, what I'll do is I'll just print up what I figured out, and usually it's usually I'll it's 2 or 3 pages. I ended up printing 19 pages, folks. 19 pages. I went down a rabbit hole. There is no way we're going to talk about all this stuff. No way. I just went, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But that's okay. That's all right.
yeah,
There's a calming versus insight meditation, which is probably what we're talking about, that calming,
right.
just calming and relaxing. But that's what it's all about. It's just calming yourself, and especially the people that have, and Deidre Court, I'm not going to put you on blast, honey. It's a common thing, common knowledge. She has anxiety. She has agoraphobia. Same with me. That's how we met. And the meditation helps, but it still has to be, when you do it, you have to be in a place that feels safe.
Yeah.
You have to feel, your environment is safe, where you can drop your walls and be calm and get out of that headspace. And like you said, practice the breathing. Relax, practice your breathing. Think about your breathing. When you think about your breathing, breathe in deep, breathe out slowly. It is just, that's a meditative state right there. I mean, it doesn't take, you know, bells and whistles and a degree. We can do it if we want to. We can just do it when we feel we need it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't have to. So
And
yeah, to it.
even
As you
with
can tell, I really get
the healing your inner child meditation, you could do that same kind of meditation for anything that you wanted to look at, you know, um,
right.
because it is, you're focusing on one thing, but yet you're clearing out everything else. So it makes it to where you can look at how you feel about certain things without any outside interference or any other, thoughts getting in there. And I did learn that I felt things about myself that were not really true, but I believed them to be true. So,
Oh
I
yes.
mean, it's beneficial to be able to even just, you might just have a weird thought one day and be like, well, where did that thought come from? Or what, why am I thinking about that? And then if you can kind of go into a meditation and kind of clear your mind and then think about that thought, you might get some clarity as to why that was even on your mind. I think that's a
Yeah.
lot like how the dreams are. Like when we're in a sleeping state and we go into a dream, they
Uh-huh.
say whatever you dream about is not really, that's not really what it's about. You're dreaming that because there's something else that, like that's in your subconscious is telling you that, trying to get your conscious to look at something. And I think meditation can be helpful in with that too. I know Stephanie does a lot
Right.
about dreams on her channel, Beyond the Dream, and she suggests keeping paper and pen, by the bed. And when you wake up in the morning, first thing before you do anything, see if you can remember anything that you were dreaming about and write it down.
Right.
And then, later on you can go back and look at it and maybe be able to, get some insight as to,
Decipher it.
yeah, I dreamed that dream about not knowing when I had to be at work for years and years and years. And it
Okay.
was so, I didn't need to be worrying about my schedule because I was working overnight with a set schedule. I knew my schedule, but I
Hmm.
had to learn how to wrap my head around no longer being employed and no longer having a job to go
Right.
to and those kind of things. And that's how my mind dealt with it, is that, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know when I had to be there. I felt like I was not going to show up on time or something. And a lot of that, just I had to just accept the fact that, hey, you're not going back to work. You don't work there anymore, and it's okay. You don't have to
Right.
do those things anymore. But it's strange how our brain does things, you know, that we're kind of like, I don't know why I'm having these thoughts or whatever. Deidre Gore said, my anxiety is a major party of my personality. I still don't
Uh-huh.
totally love leaving the house, but I'm pretty good at it now. Yeah.
Good for you, honey. And it takes time. It takes time. When you're ready, it'll happen.
Yeah.
And I'm here for you. Her and I've been down this road for a long time together. a long time. And
Heather said, I
she's
remember
sweet
my
as she can be.
dreams
She's
for
in
maybe
Ireland.
40 seconds. When I wake up, then I get so sad I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason they say put it right by your bed. So
Yeah.
as soon as you wake up, before your eyes are even just a slit open, write it down. Doesn't have to make sense, doesn't have to be anything. Just scribble it down and then look at it a couple hours later and it'll mean something. It'll ring the bell because you'll forget it by the time you start waking up. The day's thoughts start coming to your head.
Yeah.
And so the night stuff, that's what they say.
Yeah.
That's somebody else was saying that.
But now there are people who say
Anyway,
they don't dream at all. You know, they say they don't dream
I
at
don't
all.
remember my dreams.
And
I don't remember my dreams.
I feel like we all dream. It's just we don't remember them, or they're not, you know, not along the lines of a nightmare that keep you awake or, you know, make you so you definitely remember. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was thinking about whatever, you know.
I used to dream when I was a kid. I used to dream that people were coming at me from all sides, and all you oldsters would know this. DeAndre Gore, you're really young. They used to be coming at me, and I would do this, and I would put on. Remember the flying nun with her habit on, and I would go like this, and I would fly away. I did that for years when I was a kid. But let's do a survey. Who in this chat dreams in color? Who dreams in black and white?
Okay.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I think I dream.
Uh-huh.
I think I dream in both. I have had dreams that were in black and white, and I have had dreams that were in color. I've had dreams that I couldn't tell you if they were black or white or color. You know, like I don't even know.
Yeah, see, I dream in black and white, but then something will be accented. Like there'll be all black and white and then a pair of red shorts or a bright orange hat. And that'll be the only thing in color, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I just thought it was
I don't know.
an interesting question.
That is very
It's totally off
interesting,
track,
though.
but that's how we roll.
Star said I've had dreams in both.
Oh,
yeah,
you dream of both?
I really think I've had it too. I really think I do too, because I can remember, you know. But I think that's a part of it too, is that so many of us don't even think about our, you know, you wake up and like you said, the days start coming and you start getting into doing whatever you're doing, and
yeah,
it's like, okay, I must not have dreamt
and
anything,
it takes over.
so I should not remember it, you know. Yeah. DeAndre Gore said I dream in vivid color. Yeah.
Nice. I think that means your imagination is still quite alive, which is wonderful, because as we know, as we get older, it kind of gets stomped on. When we're younger, we're full of imagination, and as we get older, it kind of gets stomped down with responsibilities and stuff. So that's wonderful. That's wonderful that it's still vivid colors. That's good. That's good, sweetie.
Star said it's the
fallen dreams that I don't want.
Yeah.
Falling off a cliff or
yeah,
a roof or something. Yeah.
And I would love to know what that is trying to tell me, because I mean, I've dreamt, like, you know, like, how do you want to die? Like, you know, I don't want to die violently. I don't want to suffer in pain. It's like, I want to go to sleep and just not wake up, you know. But I have a fear of, like, falling off a cliff, you know, and dying, like, because of your injuries or whatever. And I watch those true crime stories on TV sometimes, and I don't know how many times somebody's husband has taken them on a hike and they have fallen off the cliff and died. Now, I'm afraid of heights too. So if my husband said,
Right.
let's go take a hike up this side of this mountain, I would refuse. I would not go. Not only because I'm afraid of heights, but I'm also afraid of falling and dying that way. But these women just,
Right.
yeah, sure, no problem. Okay. Oh, stand to my back to the
Well,
cliff. Oh, no problem. Step back a little bit so you can get a better picture. Oh, no problem. And then they fall off the cliff. It's like, not
I
me.
mean, well, look at Natalie Wood. She was scared to death of water. She never wanted to be on the boat, and I mean, there's one to look at real close. A lot of you probably don't know who Natalie Wood is, but yeah, she was scared to death of water.
Yeah, I have a fear of drowning.
Hi,
too.
Izzy.
There's Izzy. I definitely
You have
have
a fear of
a
drowning?
fear of drowning.
Yeah.
I can even get
Yeah, it's
kind of splashed in
what?
the face, and I like go into a panic because I remember going under and almost drowning. It's like I don't even want the water splashing on my face because it just freaked me out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
See, everybody has those. Everybody has those.
yeah.
It just depends on, you know, where your life has led you through your life
Yeah.
to get you to that point, Excuse
But
me.
I guess we don't dream about things we're not afraid of. I guess we dream about what we are afraid of.
Well, we do dream about happy
Izzy-
things, I think. Don't you dream about happy
It
things?
says your voice isn't matching your words. Oh, for either of
Well,
us. Okay.
I probably sound best this way, huh, honey?
Well, don't look at us. Just listen to.
my words never match what's coming out of my head either, so it's all kind of discombobulated. It comes and goes. Yeah, so does my brain power. Yeah. Am I messing up, Izzy? Am I messing up? I can go out and come back.
No, I can. I mean,
Okay.
it looks like your words are.
Then it's Izzy. Izzy.
It might be on her side. You might be behind a little bit.
Yes, it's a lag. Yeah, I know. I know it's lagging. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I know it's lagging on my phone a little bit.
Yeah, it always does.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Beans has tore up 2 toys now.
My
eyes are killing me trying to work on a video.
Oh.
Okay.
That's not fun.
It's something for Scully?
Probably for me.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Her and him do a lot of collabs.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. So, let's go to another slice of this paper and see what else we can find. Like there's yoga meditation. Now, I've done that a couple of times where that's basically what I was talking about. Start with your toes and relax. You just lay flat and just start with your toes and calm your breathing and then do your feet and then calm them and really concentrate on it.
Mm-hmm.
Take like 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, and concentrate on relaxing your feet and then your ankles and things like that. And then there's the mantra, which everybody knows.
The Om.
Everybody knows the mantras,
Om.
Om, or whatever, whatever their mantra. And a mantra can be anything, whatever sound or word you want to use. You can use anything. So yeah, I really like yoga back when I could do it. Yeah, it's very calming. It's very calming. But then there's the mantra one, and that's what you think of. And I think that's from the Beatles. I think they started that. And then there's the chakra meditations where they feel that you have different chakras in your body. Other, are you there? I think it's seven chakras in your body. It's supposed to align the energy and the fluid and balance your chakras. And it's not telling me how many there are. So there's different spots on your body, and you're trying to align them. And then once they get aligned, then your body is more grounded. It just depends on what you believe and what feels right. He's not saying anything. He might be gone already. Here we go. Sound bath meditation. Yeah, put me in a bubble bath. I'll meditate all night long.
Yeah, no, I can meditate in a hot tub. Get very relaxed.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I went, oh, that one sounds good. I mean, let's get into it. But yeah, so there is the guided one, and then there's the unguided, which is oh, it worked, Izzy, which means that you would do it yourself. A guided one means some outside force would help you with it, but you have to really trust them for a guided, um, like I was telling you earlier that when I was younger, that I had a guy that hypnotized me and then helped me through meditation and stuff like that. But it couldn't just all of a sudden happen. It didn't all of a sudden happen. He had to get me through trusting him. And basically what he did was he took me and he stood behind me and he said, fall back. Just fall back. I'll catch you. Have you ever done that before?
Yeah.
That is the hardest thing to do. It is so hard. You want to put your foot back. You want to catch yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard. And once you get past that, it's really, So, you have to really trust a person that they're going to be guiding you through a meditation. You have to really, I have red lips. Well, when I grow up,
ain't happening.
Yeah, Izzy, you can read my lips too.
Oh goodness.
I'm Irish to the heart, honey. I have no lips. Izzy's very clever today.
Yeah.
Anyway,
she's in a mood today.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She's on it. She's hot. So, the biggest thing is just the takeaway. And BJ said something. He said that he's watched a few videos, and that's it. You have to find what works for you. And that's what we've said about every kind of self-care.
Yep.
Every self-care show we've done together. You have to find what works for you. That's the biggest thing, because you're your own person. And you're the only one that knows what self-care to you means, and that's your biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. And do it for you. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about anybody else. This is for you.
And
remember that.
That's the thing, to get you to realize that you're worth taking the time to do things for yourself for no other reason than just to do it for yourself. And that was like one of the hardest concepts for me to wrap my brain around, because I am such a people pleaser, and it's so much easier for me to do things for other people than it is to do it for myself. Not now. I'm so much better about it now than I used to be. But it used to just seem like that was like such a waste of time. But I don't think I even would relax enough to enjoy it, to be like, oh, this is good. I need this in my life. It would be like, while I'm doing this, I could be helping this person, or I should be doing this instead, and I never really relaxed into it enough to say, okay, hey, that was nice. I like that, and now I definitely notice things more, and are like, oh, yeah, okay. that's part of life. What's good about life is that we can slow it down and do
Yeah.
things just strictly because it makes us feel good. Whereas I think when we're in our 20s, 30s, 40s, it's all about becoming successful in your career and, raising your kids and so many other pressures on you that it's
Uh-huh.
hard to even cut that time out for yourself. And that's one
Right.
thing I'm trying to teach my daughter. You don't want to lose yourself. You can be somebody's mom, and you can have somebody, a job, an employer, or whatever like that, that is you're important to, and you do things for, but you have to keep your own identity, and you need to
Right.
be you and still do the things that make you you, instead of giving those things up slowly over time and just becoming a helper to everybody else. Let's see, what is she saying?
Oh, she's being a smarty.
Um, oh, come on, Echo. You don't have that much brain to rap. Are you kidding?
I told you she's on it today.
Oh my
She's
goodness.
honoring.
It is hard to wrap my brain around things, though. It really is. Oh my gosh, it's storming. I just
Is it
looked at
really?
my front windows, and it is. I'm surprised Chloe isn't going crazy. It's really
Oh, she doesn't
raining
like
out there.
storms?
She hates storms.
Oh, okay.
Must not be, it must just be raining. It must not be like thundering or anything. I think
Okay.
she picks up on the vibrations.
Yeah. My
I've
jokes are
been
wasted here.
waiting. I've been waiting since last weekend for it to rain,
Okay.
because there was those two storms out in the ocean that kept saying they were going to be coming this way and giving us some wind and some rain, and we didn't get anything, and so now we're getting rain. That's odd.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
that's
that'll
good
be
that
nice
it didn't
for the
rain
fresh
during that parade yesterday.
air and
So
stuff.
this is soft trolling, she says.
I know she's just ornery. I love it. I
Hey,
love
we
it when
don't
she's
mind
ornery.
trolls. We don't get them very often. I have to go vertical every now and then, so Body Illusion's got somebody to get out. We just don't get very many trolls anymore, which is good, I guess.
Which is good. You still act like you're the same.
In the same neighborhood, looking out your window like it's raining there
I
too.
know. I know. I did. I did. I
Well,
was like,
it
was it raining here?
yeah, it might get that far. I don't know, but it's definitely raining here. There's Miss Stephanie.
Yeah. I was just thinking if it was raining here, I'd probably have to go find Boo. He's out running around.
Oh, goodness.
My little blind cat, he's out there running around in the yard somewhere. He doesn't care about this like Beans does.
This is so weird because I
So
just finished reading a book yesterday, and one thing in the book, the girl's mother had dementia, and she was losing her memories. And
okay.
the guy was a veterinarian. Um, and it's just weird. It's like that book. I can I can see similarities from that book and what we're talking about. It's funny. But I have to start my next book. My daughter is on me really bad to get these books read. So I'm trying my
Why?
hardest. I think you're storming into
Is it
Ireland.
storming in
Yes.
Ireland? I just figure Ireland being uh, rainy a lot anyway, just because it's so green. I just picture it being rainy.
Yeah.
I don't know. She moved there. She moved there, what? Just a couple years ago. She was from South Africa. Is that correct? Like I said, we haven't talked in a while. I mean, I've seen her at chapel, but we haven't talked in a while. So, yeah. Oh, you're gonna try it?
We don't have it right. Still, we don't have it right. We need to play with it some more.
I think I turned off my weather, didn't
Oh,
I?
I don't know.
Because it wasn't working. And I did one of those things at Nightbots. It wasn't working, and I went, okay, just turn it off. I'll worry about it later. Floods and down trees. Wow, that can get scary. That can get scary. Now, is this another Stephanie channel?
Yeah, Stephanie's got like 4 or 5 channels. Stephanie, she was saying she's afraid,
Wow.
or she doesn't like the dreams where you're falling. You know, like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
falling.
Yeah.
Yes, I moved from South Africa to Ireland last year.
Okay, I did get it correct. Okay, yeah. Sometimes the pudding, it works sometimes.
Yeah. Do you find
Like Izzy
that
says, my mouth moves, but my brain isn't.
do you find that there's a lot of differences between South Africa and Ireland? I feel like there would be like tremendous
sure.
differences.
I'm sure. So he has the hardest time with my night flight. I don't know why. I don't know why. And BJ just types it right in, boom, 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 and it comes right up. Anyway, I think I turned off my weather. No, I think it was active.
Yeah, Stephanie, we need to find out what that means.
Yeah, isn't she the one that's
but mostly
does
positive
a lot of dreams?
changes? Okay, yeah. I keep saying I'm going to have her on as a guest so we can talk more about dreams, and then I just haven't been doing much scheduling, so I haven't done it.
Well, there you go.
But we need to do
there
that.
you go, self-care.
Yep.
There you go. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it there, honey. I'm glad you're enjoying it there. Yeah, so does anybody have any ideas of or practice meditation of any kind, or practice it on a regular or anything like that? I mean, it'd be nice to hear what other people think, because like I said, you can get really in depth in this, and I just feel that you should take your own path and find your own way that works for you, and like Echo said this when we started, I make my coffee and I do my cold brew, and she calls it self-care, but actually it's kind of meditation because it's a routine. It's and it's a calming thing, so it gets you in the right headspace. So it is kind of a form of meditation at the same time.
Yeah,
because it is for you and you alone, So shut my eyes, ouchie. That's all right, honey.
for example,
We may just end up with BJ. He doesn't care what we sound like.
has about 4% unemployment and a life expectancy of about 82. South Africa's unemployment was 30%, and the life expectancy of 62 years. Wow.
Wow. Listen to those stats.
20-year difference.
That's almost scary.
Wow.
And look at the unemployment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you count sitting still, right?
Okay. I'll be showing up on your doorstep.
Yes. Oh, hi, Sophia.
Yeah.
See, if I lived by the ocean, I would actually go there and meditate at the ocean because I love the sound of the waves.
Now, she lives by the Black Sea. Is that correct, honey? Black Sea?
I thought she lived by the Red Sea.
Yeah.
She lives by a sea. But I don't remember.
Sophia, where do you live, honey?
I don't remember what color it is.
The Black Sea, the Green Sea, the Red Sea. Where do you live, honey? Yeah, she'll post, going across. It must be a ferry. She's going across the ferry. So it's really pretty. And it's very calming. Very calming.
Oh,
Very
BJ says, well, I guess I
EMDR, I guess they call it.
trusted too easily. That's true, Izzy. People don't do what they say they're going to do anymore. North
Yeah.
Sea. We were both
North Sea.
wrong.
See, we didn't forget the color. You can tell we're from the States. We live on one big block. When it comes to, yeah, we get lost over there. We get lost over there. All I know is it's people. I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah, it would be nice, though, to
That's
live by water. I would like that.
Yeah. Have you ever lived by water? Seas or ocean or
close
anything?
to Lake Michigan. But like I've never lived like on a lake or a beach or anything like that, but I would love to. That would probably be my dream. Probably be my dream place to live would be somewhere on a beach.
Yeah. There's a place in California I fell in love with, and I would, if I was going to pick my spot to live, I would live in this spot, and it's called Sausalito, and it's on an inlet of the Pacific Ocean, and they all live in houseboats, and I went, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that.
Oh, that would be
and then
fun.
I thought about how much work it would take for a houseboat, but I went, yeah, that would be my dream spot. I guess it's out today because of the storm. But I still got my footage. Okay, good.
She's in our group. Okay, well, you let us know. We can be the what is it? The muscle. We can go and say, hey, you better
We'll be the strong arm for you, honey. You can see us.
Yeah. They'd be like, you guys are, we're,
Yeah, we're a little too goofy today, but that's okay.
Yeah, they wouldn't
that's okay.
believe
It's
us,
Self-Care
but hey.
Sunday. That's what it's all about.
That's right.
It just whatever it takes for us to get out of our headspace and take care of ourselves, whatever it may be. Like Eka was saying, find time for yourself. Don't think you're being selfish. Don't think you're being wasteful with your time. It's your time.
Yeah.
It was given to you. Use it the way you want to.
It's like they say, we all have the same amount of hours in the day. Everybody gets 24 hours. How you use those 24 hours is completely up to you.
Right.
But
right.
Aren't you worth at least an hour a day? At least an hour. I mean, if you sleep 8 hours and you work 8 hours and you have 8 more hours, aren't you worth at least one of those hours to find something that makes you happy, So I know when I was working and had a young child, I didn't take time for anything. I mean, I can remember trying to figure out when I could take a shower,
right.
Especially when I worked overnight, because I would go on so little sleep that there were plenty of evenings that I was like, I could get a 10-minute shower and then I could lay down for 20 minutes. It's like bargaining with yourself, like I'll just take this 30 minutes, Now I would be like, well, I need a 30-minute shower and I need a 2-hour nap. But I didn't back then. I just wouldn't do it. I just had so many other responsibilities that I felt like I was shirking my responsibility if I took time for myself, which is.
Well, my brain wouldn't stop. I would lay down to relax, and it was like, okay, I can relax for 10 minutes, but then I have to get up and I have to blah, 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 and my list would start again. So my brain wouldn't stop even though I was trying to relax. It was like, okay, now if I do it in this order, I can get it all done. Now, if I do it in this order, I can get it. So I was still working on that list of to-dos, if that makes sense. So it was never, there was never any downtime. I would wake up in the morning to get a shower. I would wake up in the morning and I would be at work as soon as I woke up. Okay, what do I have to do as soon as I get to work? So I would go into the automatic pilot, get a shower, get cleaned up, get my work clothes on and blah, blah, blah. But I'm already at work. I'm already deciding what, there's no, we're just taking time for yourself is very hard, but it's very necessary. It's very necessary. Or you crash and burn.
If you are in the habit of taking time for yourself, never lose that. Make that a priority in your life, because when you get to be my age and you don't have that as a priority, it's hard to get at, even get it in your life, yet alone making it a priority. It's very difficult to do that. Even though I don't have a job, and I don't have somebody here 24/7 telling me what to do, you would think I would have all the time in the world to do whatever it is I need to do, but it's still taking that time away from doing something else and actually spending that time with yourself, on yourself. It's like a foreign concept for me. It's just really,
Well, and I'm going to tell all you youngsters out there, this is just from an oldster. You take that time for yourself now. And like Sophia says, she walks a couple hours a day and it helps her sleep better. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Take the time for yourself now. Learn it now. Because if you don't, and I'm sorry to tell you this, folks, from an oldster, if you don't do it now, it'll make you old before your time. It'll wear you out. It'll wear you out. And you won't enjoy life.
And I learned about something on one of my exercise videos I was watching yesterday. There is a disease that we get as we age that makes our muscle mass shrink. And it starts in your 40s. Most people don't think you're going to lose muscle mass and really start aging, till 60s or later. But it can actually start in your 40s. So don't think.
So it's kind of atrophy?
And it's like you have to be doing strength training with your muscles to keep that from happening, so that you don't end up by the time you're 60 or 70 where you can't hardly get yourself up out of a chair because your muscles have atrophied so poorly. I think so many people, they look at exercise that it's got to be about having, the big arms and the abs and, no, it's so that you can get up out of a chair and that you can go ahead and step into the bathtub
when you're our age
to take a shower. It's like all the little things that we do for ourselves now. You want to still, when you're 70, 80, 90, you want to still be able to do those things. And you can't if your muscles end up deteriorating. So you need to start it when you're young. And it's not about, well, I'm young and I'm healthy, my muscles should be fine. No, you still have to do it. And I don't think people understand that. And they wonder why. Why did their grandparents and then their parents, why is it like you get to a certain age and all you want to do is sit around? And then that's all you can do, because your muscles have atrophied to the point that you have trouble getting up, It's like, no.
Your health needs leisure because stress is worse for the body than anything. Yes. Good point, honey. Very good point.
Yes. And there's all kinds of stress. All kinds of stress.
Yeah. And there's been all kinds of studies on stress on your body, on your organs, on all that stuff. So anything to relieve the stress, even if it's just, like Echo was saying, just an hour. And you don't even have to do 1 hour. Do a half an hour in the morning and a half an hour in the evening.
Or
Nobody
even
says you
just
got to do it right.
as you get used to doing it,
2 minutes
you
at a
can
time.
make it longer. You might actually find out that you enjoy
Uh-huh.
doing something that takes you, 45 minutes to do or whatever. But if it's hard to even spend 15 minutes doing something for yourself, that should tell you right there you need to be spending time doing something for yourself, and then try to extend that
Yeah.
until it gets, and then you'll end up like me being like, oh well, no, this is the time that I set aside to do such and such. I can't do anything else now. This is my time for that.
Right.
But it's kind of like you're rewarding yourself for all those years that you did for everybody else. Now you're finally taking
Right.
that time back for yourself. And it feels really good to do it.
And that's what they say.
It's
Now it's my turn.
Right.
Yes.
We have 90-year-olds racing past us on bikes because we practice active lifestyles here. Exactly. And
Yeah.
Americans,
I think we could do better with that
Americans
here.
especially, and everybody's in an uproar because Trump is changing the retirement age, upping it again. You're not going to get your full benefit unless you're, however old it is. But they've actually done studies, and people who retire and don't do anything else, like they just vegetate now because they're retired, they don't live as long. They don't have as happy of lives as they could. It's the people who retire and have a full life planned to live after they stop working. And they have things to still look forward to, things to still get up and do every day. Those are the people who can live and enjoy their retirement. If you've worked all your life to get to the point to where you don't have to do anything, you're not going to be doing anything when you get to that point. You're going to be like, okay, I'm done.
Well, I was planning on working until I was 70. I already had that in my mind. I'm going to work till I'm 70. I liked my job. I liked what I did. I liked the people I was with. I finally found something that I was halfway decent at that didn't beat up my body too bad, because waitressing just beats you to death. So I finally found something, and then my body got mad at me, but I was already at this frame of mind that I was going to work. I was going to work as long as I could, just to stay active and stay alive. And again, when you start working at 12, 13, 14, that's all you know.
Yeah.
That's your identity is work, So it's like, I wouldn't know what to do if I wasn't working. Like you were saying, I don't know what to do if I'm not working, because that's my identity is my job,
Yeah. And that's like my friend.
And it's not your paycheck. It's your
like
job.
my friend Kathy.
Yeah.
When I met her, and I'm like, she's drawing her Social Security, but she still works. And I didn't understand that she works not because she needs the money, because she needs the activity and she needs the responsibility, something to do, And then I was like, okay, I get it. And that's kind of what started me figuring out why I wasn't happy being retired early, because I hadn't made a plan. I hadn't figured out what it was I was going to do after I stopped working. I still thought I had so many years left to work. I wasn't even thinking about that. And then boom, I had to stop working. And now I had this time where I was lost. I didn't know what I was supposed to do with myself.
Now what do you do?
It's like, okay, but all my friends still work. It's like, I'm not old enough to get Social Security. What am I going to do? Now I would do it so differently now if I had it to do over again.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of those?
What?
Things you would change if you could do it again?
Oh, I would definitely.
Do you have a lot of those? If I could only do it again, I would do it differently.
I would almost do everything I've done in my life differently. If I had known then what I know now, there are some, I
Uh-huh.
wasted so much time because of being stubborn, because of not asking for help, I mean, just things like that, that I would be,
Mhm.
no, I would have definitely made different choices than I made. Although I wouldn't have my daughter and my granddaughter, so I like that. I like that part of my life. So I may not have
Right.
changed everything, but there's just a lot of things that I thought I had time, thought I had plenty of time to worry about those things later. And then all of a sudden, oh,
Uh-huh.
you got to worry about it now. And it does make a difference,
Uh-huh.
you know? And I even feel like before my daughter had the baby, I was pretty much resigned to the fact that I'm just old now and I'm just going to continue to get feeling worse and worse and worse until I die. I never thought
Yeah.
about I could change the way I feel. I never thought about that or
Uh-huh.
considered it or anything. And now I wish I had done my surgery. I wish I had done it 20 years ago, you know, but
Right.
I wasn't.
Deandra Gore says, I would change so many things differently to say where to start.
Yeah,
Yeah, some people are like that. Some people are like that. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't be the person I am today if things have changed. And so,
but I
you
think
know,
that's why.
I'm kind of a dingy. I'm a kind of a ditz, but it's who I am. So it's who I know.
But I think that's why I
So I don't
want
know what
I
I would
want
change.
better for my daughter, because I don't want her to get
Yeah.
to the later in life and say, gosh, I wish I had known. And I guess I wish I had made different choices. I don't want her to have to do that. I want her to think about things before she needs to so that she can make the right, you know.
I think I'm older than you. Yeah. Yeah.
You're
I want better
old.
for
We're
my
the
boy. But
same age.
I
Oh my
think true.
God. I'm old, let me tell you. My
I think
granddaughter
I'm
said
older
I'm
than you,
old,
Izzy.
so I'm
I think
old.
I'm older. Yeah, but actually, if you're halfway decent parent, not to dog everybody, but if you're halfway decent parent, you want better for your kids than what you had.
Yeah.
That's just I want better for their restraint than what I had, and I had a pretty decent life, for the most part. Um, I was, you know, it was a broken home and stuff like that, but they filled it with a lot of love. What they understood was a lot of love. So, I can't dog him too much. I just want the better for him, just like you said with your daughter. Just want better
Yeah.
for them. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't want her to have the same
I don't.
mindset that I had, that you have time. I want her to realize that if
Oh,
you
okay.
if you want your life to turn out a certain way, you have to take steps for it to get like that. It doesn't just automatically happen like that, you know. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah. My family tried to put that in my head, and it didn't. I got plenty of time. I don't have to worry about that.
and I think we have to go through some things ourselves in order to learn some of the
Yeah.
lessons, So can't prevent everything from happening to them. But I don't
It's
want
just like
her
they have
to
to
make
learn
the
that the
same
fire is
mistakes that I
hot.
made. I
They just
want her to
have
make
to.
her own, very creative, unique mistakes along the way so that she does learn something from it. But that's another thing I have to learn, is that it's not my life to live. It's their lives. Whatever they decide to do is
Right.
got to be okay with me. So,
Yeah.
and I'm a control freak, so I'd control everything if
I
I
thought
could.
we were trying to get past
I
that.
know. Yeah, but I can admit it now. I couldn't used to admit it. Now I know.
Right.
I own it now. Yes, I am a control freak. But that's
Yeah.
because I live.
I don't think I would change relationships, but I have learned so much, but plenty of other things. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting, when we get that knowledge, you know, we get that wisdom, we get that a few gray hairs. all of a sudden it's like a light bulb goes on and going,
Well, that's a very
maybe
good.
I should have listened to that inner voice in my head.
Sophia makes a very good point. She said, I don't think I would change anything
What's that?
because you never know what you would miss out on if you changed anything. And that's true. We don't know,
Yes, yes,
you know, we don't know how things, might have gone. So, and then again, there's a
yeah.
lot to be
It's
said
like
with making the
stepping on a
best,
bug in the past,
trying to make the best out of whatever situation you have because you really can't go back and change it. So, just
Yeah,
accept this is where you're at
yeah.
and what can I do from here on to make my life better. Hey, 7.
There's seven.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah. So yeah, and we as long as we try to keep moving forward, and in our and I'm older than dirt, and I'm still learning. So you can learn, I mean, there's still things that can be learned, and as long as we keep, trying to pick up that foot and making a step forward every day and doing the best we can for ourselves, then we make it a better world for everyone else, and that's just the way it is. When you're more content with yourself, the world around you, you know it's a ripple. Back seventh, you're here. It's the
That's
ripples.
right.
Perfect timing, seventh.
Yep. And the thing about it is that
It does.
we're not meant to live alone as far as like I live alone, but I'm not alone in my life. I feel like I have people in my life. But there are some people
Right.
who live with someone or, live with a whole family of people and they are lonely even within that situation. So you don't have to be alone to be lonely. And on the other term, you can be alone and not be lonely. I don't feel lonely at all.
Right.
So I think it just depends on what you want in your life. Nobody has all the answers. There's not one right way to live. Everybody's got to make their own decisions on if they want to be married or not married or in a relationship or not in a relationship or have something to do with their extended family or not, or everybody has to decide for themselves, and there's no judgment as far as what's the right thing or the wrong thing to do. But if you don't think about yourself and take that time for yourself, that's where the judgment comes, because you have that ability to do that. You might not can control anybody else, but you can control what you yourself does. And if you want that time and space for yourself, you got to sometimes just take it. And like sometimes my daughter
Yeah.
will say, do you have anything planned or what are you doing? And sometimes if I've got something I want to do, I'll just tell her I'm busy, or other times I'll say, no, I could do that. That's okay. But I get to decide. I don't feel guilt
Right.
like, oh gosh, she needs me or she wants me to do something and I'm choosing not to do that. So I don't feel guilty at all. That's right, Star. You have to do it for yourself. Nobody else can do it for you.
Yeah.
Nobody can say, "Oh,
And nobody else knows what you need.
no." And I would get kind of in a
No.
way, if when I was married and working and had my daughter, if my husband would have said, oh, I think you need some time to yourself. Go take a bath or whatever. I'll watch the baby or whatever. I think I would have been offended. I would have been like, you don't think I can handle my responsibilities. I would have took it. I would not have
No.
welcomed it as self-care. It
No.
to me it
I
would
would
have
have taken
been
it as an insult.
negative. Yes. Now when I
Yeah.
say to myself, hey, I think you need a break, I don't take it in a negative way. I'm like, yeah, I do need a break. But I think when it comes from somebody else, it's very easy for that to be negative and not appreciated at all. instead of us asking for help. And I would never have asked anybody for any kind of help. Never.
Mark, may I read this out loud? Sophia, may I read this out loud? Life is about learning to navigate the storms and enjoying the ride along the way the best you can. I think that's beautiful. I think that says it all right there. She's very wise.
Exactly right.
She's very wise.
And how you do that is totally up to you. To each one of us is going to deal with those
Yes.
storms in a different way. And there's no right way or wrong way. But somehow we in society, we isolate people because of the choices that they make instead of trying to understand why that person did what they did to help themselves in that situation. We look at it and
It's not for us to
yeah,
judge.
exactly. And that's like I said in the beginning, that I used to think that people who meditated and took time to meditate were lazy, because what they should have been doing something productive. Now I know how productive meditation can be, but if you don't
Yes.
know, then you're going to have a certain opinion about what you see somebody else doing, especially if they're doing something different than what you do and different from how you were raised, and you weren't raised around that kind of thing. And so that's foreign to you. So obviously that would be wrong or bad, and it's easy for us to get tripped up on those kind of, thoughts when we don't mean anything to, about that particular person. We're generalizing, saying, I think they're all lazy, which is not true at all. They're probably a lot
Right.
healthier than a workaholic would be, because they actually do take the time for themselves. But I think it's wrong that we look at differences as having to be negative, instead of it could just be different.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a good difference or a bad difference. Just different.
And then the wall goes
Yeah.
up. That's what gets me, is those walls, and it's like, why is there a wall there? To accept. Yeah, when I was in junior high, and I don't know how many people, this might be a California, in junior high, I went to my counselor. We had school counselors, and I said, I'm having problems, blah, blah, blah. She says, well, you need to get into TM. And when I was that age, TM was a very big thing, and it's transcendental meditation.
Mm.
And I went, I'm not doing that. I'm 12 years old. I'm not doing that. But, because it sounded so foreign to my ear, I just, and at 12, you're not going to, but I just, it was interesting that but where I was from, everybody did it. Transcendental meditation was a big thing. Have you heard of it before?
Yeah, I have heard of it before. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big thing in the early 70s. Shh, I didn't say that. Early 1990s. Not the
I
70s,
used to
the
have,
90s.
when I worked at the convenience store, I had an opinion of people who rode motorcycles, because, okay, I always, in my family,
Yes.
a lot of it, it was a negative thing. Oh, they can't afford a car, so they have a motorcycle, or, whatever the case might be. When I worked at the convenience store, we're off of 75 on the way going to Daytona Beach, Florida, where they have, the big 500 bike week type thing. I saw so many people come into that gas station that not only were they bikers and had motorcycles, but they had huge trucks and trailers to transport their motorcycles. And they were coming from all over the country, making the trip down there for that event.
Oh, yeah. I know people from California who go to Daytona every year.
But when you actually talk to them, they are doctors and lawyers and, bankers, and, because it's an expensive hobby. You have to have money
Yes, it is.
to do all of that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I
Uh-huh.
know if anybody in my life would have ever said, you know, it's a rich person that has a motorcycle, as opposed to, oh, look, they're kind of down on their luck. They're riding a motorcycle, you know. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like your perception of that situation. And here I am in my 30s learning for the first time that most bikers are rich people, that they're not in like motorcycle gangs that, you know, do crime and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. A
Right.
lot of people,
Right.
it is a hobby, but it is an expensive hobby, you know. Totally changed my
Well, if
perception.
you just look at the motorcycle rider riding down the street, you just look at them and you look at the leathers they have on, that leather outfit, the leather pants, the leather jacket, and you're talking a couple of $1,000s just to put clothes on your body to ride that thing.
Yes.
That's to outfit yourself. So you have to start with a little bit of bang just to, just to get on the road.
Well, and one of the doctors that I met working there, he told me the reason he started riding a motorcycle was because when you ride a motorcycle, you can't think about anything but riding that motorcycle, because you have got to keep it balanced, and you have got to use your hands and your feet, you know, to start and stop. And you have to be aware of every vehicle around you, because you can go places they can't go and they might not be able to see you, you know. So, for safety purposes, you've got to have your mind into riding that bike. And he said, being that he's a doctor, he has so much going on in his head that to him that is like a form of therapy, just to go out and ride on his bike, where he doesn't think about anything but riding that bike. And it that made sense.
We're back
And I
to
was
we're
like,
back to
I get
meditation
it.
again.
Yes, yes. And it's, you know, you got to get your
Yeah, but
mind
I've
off of
heard
the,
plenty of bikers that are still alive, and that's the
yep,
first thing they say is you have to ride defensively. You have
yep.
to ride defensively. I mean, I've been on the back seat. I'm not going to say the word. I've been on the back seat of many a motorcycle,
Mm-hmm,
from Harleys to BMWs to I rode bikes all the time,
mm-hmm.
all the time. I had a Yamaha 1100 at one time. I mean, I've been down some crazy paths. So yeah, so yeah, but you have to ride defensively, because as you said, they don't see you, and that's the first thing they say. I didn't see
Yeah.
him. I didn't see him.
No.
They cut him off. They zip around,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very scary.
And
And I've driven down the freeway and I've watched a motorcycle just going down the freeway, and all of a sudden, because it's only got two tires, it
yeah.
doesn't have four, it only has two. So if one blows, it's going down. It's not a car. And I was going down the freeway and its tire popped, and that motorcycle went flying.
Mm-hmm.
Went flying. The man went flying. The motorcycle went flying. And I was like, I am so glad that nobody was around him. And people ride up on motorcycles and follow them. And I'm like, if one tire blows, which in cars, folks, tire blows all the time. One tire blows, that person is going to go flying. Are you going to run him over?
Yeah.
Stop riding him. Anyway,
Yeah. Or they're going
that's
to,
my lecture for motorcycles.
yeah. I mean, you should, no matter what you're riding or driving, you should do it defensively. But a lot of people get more distracted in a car with between the radio and their cell phone and somebody talking to them, you know. But I also feel the same
Oh yeah.
way with
Well, they
like,
get in the shell. The shell.
yeah. And it's like my dad loved to go fishing, but he worked very hard when he worked. And it was like that was his reward to himself, was to take a fishing trip or whatever. And
Okay.
he never said, you know, I do this for my mental health, or I do this as my self-care. You know, I just knew it was something he enjoyed doing. Now that I'm older, I can look
Right.
back and say, okay, I can see that was his outlet. That was his hobby. That was what he did to separate the work, you know. And
To keep him sane, poor guy.
yeah, and but we all need to have something like that. But in school, do they ever
Yes.
say, "Hey, let's pick a hobby today. Let's work on what we're going to have
Uh-huh.
as our hobby"? No, heck no. They don't.
Uh-huh.
Nobody ever tells you,
Uh-huh.
"Look, you need a hobby in life." You know, nobody
Uh-huh.
ever explains that to
Right.
you. You know, just like they don't explain about the self care. I guess they just assume people will automatically take time for themselves. Doesn't happen automatically,
Yes, seventh.
you know.
You see what seventh wrote? Riding the female
Yeah,
dog. Yes, seventh. That's what I was saying.
yeah,
That's what I was saying.
yeah.
I wasn't going to say it. This is not the place for that.
But
That's what they call the backseat of a motorcycle.
yeah, I've had a lot of experiences where if I had been a closed minded kind of person, I wouldn't have learned any of that, you know. But it's like it was just so interesting to me when I saw all of the equipment and the vehicles and I was like, wow, how did they afford that? You know, it's like it really
Right.
blew my mind. And I really was interested in talking to these people, you know, and it's just, hey,
Oh,
more
Eve,
pizza,
hi.
hi. It's just if you're not open-minded about things, I would have just kept my opinion about that, you know, and I would have never talked to anybody. I would never found anything out about it or anything like that. So I do think I'm open-minded. I will ask people questions and I will, be curious about what makes somebody tick, and how their life is
Uh-huh.
different than mine or. But I didn't get the self-care hobby kind of message for a long time. Oh, Rudy says the source is live. That's good, Rudy. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't talk about that. They don't talk
No,
about, but when you're young, you're still goal oriented. You're not going to listen to stopping. I have goals. I need to get these things done,
yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to meditate and calm your brain and stuff like that because it's like you said, that list is still going.
Hmm.
I got it. Actually, there are cultures that celebrate leisure and hobbies. Where you are,
Some
some
cultures
cultures
just
just
don't like happy and balanced people because you just can't make them obedient worker bees. Oh, very good point. Very good
yes.
point.
Isn't Sophia smart? She's very intelligent. We need to get her up here.
Well, we're glad you came by to say hi, Pizza.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot we can
Yeah.
learn from other cultures because I don't think Americans have it all figured out. I don't think we do what's best in all
I don't think
areas,
we're even close.
you know.
We're just a big bulk here.
Yeah.
I,
Hello, Gail. Welcome. So yeah, I
yeah,
don't
I think we're
think
just a big bulk.
yeah, I don't think we do it as well as we could. I think there's a lot we could learn from other cultures. Um, I think one of the
Yeah.
main things we need to learn in this country is respect for our elders and taking care of our elders.
That's been the problem since day one.
Eat more pizza.
Those youngers are never going to respect us. That goes,
I
just
know.
accept it.
He said, I'm
We
constantly
celebrate
telling my
leisure here.
coworkers to have hobbies that are not work related. Exactly. Exactly. And I kind
Really?
of think, and because we never
I'll work
took
for you.
vacations either. Um, my husband and I both,
No.
it was almost like we'll work through the vacation and get the extra pay instead of actually taking the time off
Yeah.
and going and doing something. And I really think you need vacations. You will be a better worker if you do have some balance in your life and have time off. But some jobs make it almost
Well,
impossible for you to take
when I
it.
left my job, when I left my job and was unable to work anymore, I had 12 weeks of vacation stacked up waiting for me. That's how much vacation I did not take. I just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. I made a video asking them to watch.
Oh, she's talking about on the Fall Fest. People are subscribing to the new channels, but they're not watching 2 videos, so it's not sticking. The sub is not sticking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that is frustrating. I always watch 2 videos whenever I sub to anyone, and I don't watch the shorts. A lot of people will say just go watch a couple of shorts, but I always watch at least a 3-minute video, 2 of them when I subscribe to someone. A lot of people just don't know, especially if they don't have a channel, they don't care about that,
Right.
They're not really out getting subscribers because they don't put out content. But if you have a channel and you put out content, you want the subscriber to stick.
Right.
But I don't want just subscribers. I want people who actually will watch my content.
Yeah. That's the reason I
Yeah.
was with, people say, well, you're not, like, I'm not into getting monetized. I'm more of the quality than the quantity, if that makes sense. I like beautiful people. I like kind people. I like
Yeah.
people that, I can identify with, can identify with me. That, yeah. I want a family. Let's be honest. I want a family. Oh, I'm sorry, Gail. Yeah.
Let you know if you were too stern. Okay, I will.
Yeah, she will.
She's not feeling good either. So.
Oh, well, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot on her plate. We started out with talking about this live. So if you want to go back to the replay.
Yeah, we did. We gave you a plug on it.
Uh-huh.
We definitely did.
Yeah.
Because Body Illusion was talking about that it's her first time doing it. Pizza says, being stern is good. It shows emotion. That's true.
See, I need you as a boss. Pizza, I need you as a boss. You'd be a great boss. You'd be a great employer. You really would. You really would. So you've had a crazy weekend? Have you had a chance to meditate or anything now since the baby's gone? Or are you just resting?
Oh, I definitely did try to meditate last night, and I fell asleep because I was so exhausted. When I got quiet, when I finally settled down and got quiet,
right,
I was out. It's like her energy is such a different energy than mine that she just wears me out.
Right.
It's like, it doesn't, it's not like she does anything wrong or bad, or
no.
It's not anything like that. It's just, she's so upbeat and so on the go, and let's do this, and let's do that. And she follows me around, and everything I go to do, she wants to help me do. And,
All right.
So it really drains my energy. But she needs that,
right. Well, and she's used to having you around always. So she's going to be more clingy to you in the time span she has you as well. You know what I mean? Then it would be a job.
Yeah. And I look at the weekend and I think, oh my gosh, I'm this tired after one night and a day. How did I do it 5 days a week? 10, 12 hours a day. You know, it's like I must have really been exhausted and didn't even realize how tired I was, you know, because now it's just like I try to store up that energy coming, knowing I'm going to get her, you know, and it's like, okay, I'm going to be ready for it. And then still, by the time she leaves on Saturday night, I'm like, okay, yeah, because I know we had talked earlier in the week saying I didn't schedule anything Saturday. If you don't have anything, you know, going on, maybe we should do something. And then she got busy, I got busy, and then I was like, you know what? I'm glad we didn't do anything because I was so tired. I was
know I didn't
like,
hear from you. I didn't hear from you.
I was like, nope, I am not doing nothing, and I didn't. I watched a few videos. I was in a couple of lives, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to sleep. I'll get up early tomorrow and do what I need to do because I can't keep my eyes open anymore." But I wouldn't have done that before. I would have forced myself to do
Right.
something, you know, that I didn't really want to
Mhm.
do. Whereas now I definitely have that. Well, if you don't feel like it, don't do it. It's okay. You know?
Yeah.
Where I give myself
Yeah.
the little pep talk. It's like, you can take a nap. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Eat More Pizza says, my work schedule has thrown me off balance, working swing shift for another week. We talked about that on one of our lives about how hard it is to switch those shifts and all. I don't know how you do it. I do not know.
Yeah.
As you're, you know,
Yeah.
you
And your
get in a
time frame, and
routine
then
of
you finally get
sleeping.
focused on, and your body gets used to it. Then they do another time frame.
It
Oh,
changes.
but you
Yep.
do swing shift. Pizza, where are you? Where are you? Shift.
He
Now,
does
where
like
Echo
some kind
is,
of
I think
like,
it's called second, isn't it?
um,
Second shift.
he's in California. He lives in California.
Oh, you live in California? Oh, okay.
But he works doing like construction or maintenance or something like that.
Oh,
So,
okay. I didn't know you were in California, Pizza.
yeah, you're probably either at work or asleep when the rest of us are on.
Huh.
And I haven't done a middle of the night stream where I was actually up talking to people in a long time.
Yeah.
Because I used to wake up in the middle of the night and go live, you know, but I haven't done that in a while. Because I don't wake up. If I get to sleep, I pretty well sleep through the night.
And I bet you, and this is just a thought. I wonder if it has anything to do with your, what is it called? Where you breathe at night and it wakes you up. What is it
Oh,
called?
my sleep apnea? Yeah.
Sleep apnea.
Yeah.
I bet you that was
Yeah.
what was waking you up.
Yeah. I used to wake up a lot during the night
Uh-huh.
with that. Even though I had the
Where?
CPAP machine, I would still wake up.
Yeah. 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 Where, Pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hinting at where he is. Now, 7th is
Oh no, Gail.
SoCal, and I'm NorCal. So you get to pick direction you want to go.
Gail said my brother's hunting videos upset a bunch
At
of
like 4
women
o'clock in
on
the
my
morning.
Facebook page.
What?
That's not good, Gail. I mean, it's not anything wrong with the hunting video, but it's not good that people got upset about it.
Huh. Yeah. A lot of riding at 3 a.m. Yeah, I bet you
Hateful comments.
3 a.m. is really nice because it's calm, it's quiet, it's peaceful. You know, not a lot of sound. Yeah. Northern Cal, near Sacramento. Okay, honey, I'm in Tracy. I'm in Tracy. You know where that is. I'm in good old Tracy, California, right in the valley. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, he's not far. If he's in Sacramento, he's about an hour from me. Yeah,
Oh, Gail said
yeah,
she
that's why you do
deleted
it.
their comments and unfriended them.
That's why you do it, honey. You do what you have to do, and that's fine. You're doing what you need to do.
That's right.
It's sad that you
And
have to do
don't give
that,
it
but
another thought.
yeah, yeah, you're doing the right thing,
Hmm.
and you're just gonna move on and tell them poo poo. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're getting it
Yep.
off your chest because we're here for you, honey. We're here for you. Uh-oh. He needs another toy. I may have to get up and get him one more toy because I'm not done visiting. Honey, we want to talk some more. Let me get Beans one more toy because everybody handled the squeakiness for just a little bit longer. I grew up, in the cold hard streets of Tracy. In the projects on 6th Street. Okay, okay. I know where that is. Yeah, I'm behind 10th Street. I'm behind 10th Street. So there's not, Tracy's not very big. It's not very, it's a little place. It just
Yeah,
happens
I
way
eat meat too, Gail.
Rosemont Valley.
I eat a lot of meat.
You eat meat here. What? Yeah,
I eat a
we
lot of meat.
Pizza. You and I need to talk. I see. I knew I liked you. I knew I liked you. Okay, I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. My dad never hunted, but he sure caught the mess out of some fish. It is still raining here, y'all. We needed it though. Hmm. I hear you, Gail. I know. Hunting is work, fishing is relaxing. Yes, I agree. You might sit for an awful long time never getting anything hunting, but you can pretty much relax and always get some kind of fish. Though here in South Georgia, it's nothing to go around the turn the corner and see a deer hanging out of a tree, that they're getting ready to cut up. So a lot of deer hunting goes on here, and uh they hunt all year. I don't know what all they hunt, but hunting is very big in Georgia. Everybody's got a pickup truck and a gun, just about.
There it went. Yeah, yeah. My family was all into hunting and fishing. I, I could, yeah, yeah. I couldn't get past the worms.
Yeah, it's definitely easier
I
to
couldn't get
catch
past the
fish.
worms.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't mind the worms at all. My dad fished with crickets at one time, minnows, worms, the little shiny
Uh
doodad
huh.
things. We fished with
Oh, let's
everything.
talk. Since we've got this international flair going here, how many people use crawdads as bait. And then I ended up dating somebody from Louisiana who ended up eating crayfish, which is the same thing, as a delicacy. And I'm like, that stuff's bait. I went, that's bait. You don't eat bait. They changed the name and then they boil it. You know, I went, okay.
Overpopulation. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of deer here when I got here, but they must have gone further up in the hills as more people have come.
Yeah,
More up in the hills.
we use minnows too,
Minnows.
Gail. We didn't use the crawfish.
Is a crayfish much? It's the same thing. It's just some are older than others. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to use the bigger ones because they basically eat the tails. Like a lobster, they eat the tails. And then they suck out the body. I mean, I can cook it. I'm not going to eat it. I made etouffee, all that stuff, crawfish oil.
I'll eat just about any kind of seafood, but I've never had them before.
Oh, you haven't?
Basically, it's the same lobster. I love lobster, and I love crab legs and scallops and clams, and I never really got too much into oysters, but I've eaten them before, and I've eaten snails.
Well, crayfish, the way they cook it is kind of spicy. They like a lot of Cajun spices. So it's, if you don't like spices, you know, but it's good. It's good if you like that stuff. I'm just not. I figured out how to cook it because he enjoyed it, but I wasn't gonna eat it. I wasn't gonna eat it. But I can cook a lot of things I won't eat. Depending on the fish, salmon, eggs for trout. Salmon, eggs for trout. Oh, okay. Spinners for bass. Wow. Wow. How come you know that?
Chicken livers.
People are you don't know that.
I think we did use chicken livers sometimes too.
I remember.
I had forgotten about chicken livers.
Uh-huh. And catfish. Big catfish. My grandfather was a big catfish. He always did that.
And we would use the what we called night crawlers, the big fat long worms, or the little tiny red wiggly worms.
Uh-huh.
I can remember both of those.
Uh-huh. Yeah, my grandfather had like a compost pile that he had worms in. And so when he'd go fishing, he'd just go out there and dig them up and off we'd go. Yeah.
Yep.
And I would just sit and watch. I said, I'm really good at holding the pole. I'll hold the pole. But see, that was a form of meditation. Like you said, your dad. It's a form of meditation because it's calming. It's soothing. It's relaxing his breathing. There's no fuss, no muss around him. Just, just you, the water, the worm, the whatever, the fish, and, a soda, a peach, whatever it may be that you like to take out there. Yeah, it's very calming. Yes, before I go. Oh, and the Delta. Yeah. I wouldn't eat anything out of the Delta. There's a Delta there. It's really fun. Frank's track. It's really fun. But the water is just really, I wouldn't eat anything out of the Delta. I'd be afraid I'd get Blinky from The Simpsons out of that thing, the fish with 3 eyes.
Yeah.
But it's a big.
Yeah, there were some lakes
a lot of
that
boats there. I'm sorry.
He would take the boat out, but he wouldn't fish in the lake.
Okay.
There was like some lakes you could eat the fish out of, and some lakes you didn't.
Right.
I can remember that too. We're like, why aren't we going to fish? We're just riding the boat. It's like, but I want to fish. Yeah, we'll go somewhere else to fish. We're not fishing here.
And swimming was the same way. Swimming was the same.
Yeah.
My grandmother was really strict about, and I didn't understand it as a kid. She'd say, "Okay, we're going to go in the boat." Well, I want to go swimming. And she was like, "Oh, next to Tracy. Okay, I know where you're at now." Yeah. She would say, "No, we're just going to go in the boat," and I'm like, "I want to go swimming." I never understood, but older now, I understand that. Yeah, we're just going to go look at the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live
Like
on
it's
the San Joaquin River. Pizza. I live on the San Joaquin River. It's like 30 feet from me, from my house. So
But yeah, if I could live any place in the world, I would live by water.
yeah,
I would definitely live by water.
yeah. Where I'm at now is we have a man-made like little pond that comes out of the San Joaquin River, and then we have what they call the boonies, and it's part of the river, and they've taken and gone back there with dump trucks of sand. So they made this like little sand dune. And
Oh, like
so
a
they made their own
man-made
little
beach.
beach. And I
Mhm.
went, "Oh, that's cool." So the kids have a good time then in the summertime. And they have a rope swing out there and stuff like that. So they have a lot of fun. Yeah. Enjoy yourself.
All right. So you have a good night. I guess it's almost night, 5 o'clock.
Is it?
Looks a lot later out here because it's so overcast because of the rain.
Is it still raining? I can look out my window.
Yeah. I'm like, Chloe hasn't made a peep.
Yeah.
That's
I know Boo hasn't come in, so that's a good thing. So anyway, yeah. Are you still
funny
pooped?
how she'll sleep some days. Hmm?
You act like you're still pooped. That baby wore you out.
Yeah, I am. I am tired.
That's okay.
You know, it's just amazing how my energy, and I need to eat again too, but
Oh, okay.
my energy just goes. Whoop.
Yeah, especially when it's time to eat right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe we'll make this one a little shorter than usual, just so you can get some rest and some food in you. How does that sound?
All right.
And then we can get together
Sounds
again
good.
in a couple of weeks and see if we can get another topic or something. Maybe we'll play.
Yeah, we'll have to think of something for next time.
I just like doing this. I just like it. I
I
just
do
enjoy
too.
you and the chat and the people that come to visit. I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
For me,
I
that's
do
self-care. It's me being
Yeah.
selfish with myself and enjoying this moment.
That's right. And I'm glad that we take the time to do it because it's important.
Yes, it is.
And I definitely need to take the time to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, but sometimes you just have to recharge those batteries. And so I'm going to get something to eat and I'm going to chill out for a little bit. And then hopefully I'll get my second wind. And if not, I'll go to sleep and I'll be back at it tomorrow.
There you go.
But at least I don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go pick up the baby.
Right.
So that is great.
Yeah. You can rest peacefully. Yes.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will be here in 2 weeks. It will be the 19th. The 18th is our Suno night on Saturday night. And I guess that's probably about all the special things. Member only live on the 14th, which is a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Okay.
I think just our regular stuff. But we will see you all soon. Have a great rest of your day.